Raise your hand when you're ready. Just for both of you, they went on a little run there in the second half. 11-1 run, got within 4. Coach Underwood called timeout. What was discussed in that timeout? What kind of changed down the stretch?
We just didn't want to drop another one at home, and coaches like getting on us saying like we have to just play together and just have fun with each other, basically. So yeah.
Yes, for both of you guys, what's kind of the reaction when Terrence was able to rejoin you guys on Friday, and what's been the integration process with him?
I mean, it's definitely good to have him back. I think big part of our win today was because of him, just the way that our transition offense get going and our defense get way better with him, and we're just glad to have him back.
Quincy, you seem to be, you guys dominated the glass today. What was it about? What enabled you to do that today? I mean, they're a very good rebounding team as well.
I mean, it's just our effort. I think we're the best rebounding team in the country, and we got to keep doing it. It's really just about effort and just going to the glass and be physical. And when we do that, we're really hard to stop.
Quincy, obviously Terrence, been waiting to get back on the court. A lot of emotion from him today. What did you see from him, and what have you seen from him leading up to this?
I mean, like I just said, he's been working. Our defense, our offense is going to improve with him having back. But it's just great to have him back. Like I said, he's grateful. We're grateful to have him back, and we're going to get it rolling.
Justin, I guess maybe not wanting to drop another one at home, what did you guys do better to kind of flip that game back in your favor?
We prepared way better than we did against Maryland. I feel like the past 2 days we've been going real hard in practice, so we've been hitting each other, almost hurting each other, like rebounding. That's probably why we was so dominant on the glass today. But yeah, we just couldn't afford to drop another one at home. Protect home.
Yes, both of you two, and really Marcus, like you guys have all thrived since transferring here. What do you think it is for each of you individually that's allowing you to kind of play the way you're playing right now?
Maturity. The fact that we're old. We've been in those games. Played against him last year.
I'm old.
Yeah, and like you said, we're just really connected. Maturity on the team. It's a big part of why we're connected this year, and we can lead the younger guys and that's a big part of it.
Yeah, I feel like we don't really care who scores. Everybody got the same goal. We want to win. Everybody got the same goal, get to the tournament, get to the national championship, win Big Ten, everything. So that's really the main part of everybody that's contributing every day.
Quincy, Brad got on you for not dunking one, and then it seemed like you made up for that a little bit later in the game. How did that go? And just seemed like your emotion after those dunks seemed to be you're having fun.
Oh, yeah, always. I think big part of it is the crowd, too. Our crowd is just amazing. The fans are just hyping me up every time, hyping our team up. And, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, crashing the boards, playing defense, being physical, and lead the guys.
Quincy, I don't know if this is a dumb question, but you seem to get a lot of putback dunks. Is there a science behind things you look for to kind of allow yourself for that?
I mean, if someone shot from the left corner, I know most of the time the ball is going to go on the right side, so I'll just go to that spot, and most of the time the ball will go there, and that's how I get a putback. But no, it's just really just me going to the glass, and coach put a lot of emphasis on to me, just to tell me that you got to get some boards. You're probably the best rebounder in the country, so I got to keep doing what I'm doing.
It's kind of similar to Quincy. I know preseason you were talking about the staff kind of wanted to help unlock your rebounding again, kind of like you had previously in your career. What's kind of allowed you to do that so consistently? What's that process been like?
I think it was just mentally, to be honest. I think I'm in great shape. Part of it, you have to be in really good shape to, crash the glass every time and then go back in defense and then do it again and then repeat it. So I think that was a big part of it, but it's just my mentality, to be honest. I did that in Syracuse my sophomore year, even my freshman year, and I stopped doing it when I went to Oregon. So I'm just right now just combining what I learned from Oregon and my second year in Syracuse. So, yeah.
Quincy, to dovetail off of Piper's question, you tend to handle a Brad Underwood butt chewing a little bit better than most. Is that part of being 24 and having been there, done that?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Boeheim was probably worse, and he knows, but he was saying some wild stuff to me. But I mean, it's part of the game, you know. He's trying to win games. We all trying to win games, and like Justin said, we want to win a Big Ten championship. I came here to win. I know it's a winning program, and I'm just grateful to be here and to have Coach Underwood coaching me.
Justin, obviously you guys are playing well during the last 6 games, but getting a player like Terrence back, like what's that do for you guys?
It's amazing. It just makes the whole team feel whole again because we got our best player back, and it's just fun. It's fun. We ain't got to worry about nothing for real, but we just glad to have him back. He's just our brother, so we happy to have him back.
Justin, are there 1 or 2 things you look for before you check in to kind of see where you can, I guess, maximize your impact in that first sub?
I would say yes. I like to observe the game before I get in because I know that coach coming to me first, so I look at both sides of the ball, like on defense, like where they scoring, and on offense, like what the defense doing, like is they tagging or is they playing 2-on-2 basketball. But it's just a big thing for me being older. I just like observe stuff way better now.
Quincy, what did you like maybe about the second half defense, especially after Rutgers made their run and you guys weren't able to put a stop to it?
I mean, it's just, you know, the fact that we can communicate, and then when we get stops and we rebound the ball, we can run offensively, you know. So it's really easy for us. The game becomes so much easier when everybody rebounds, and then, like I just said, TJ is back, and then we can just run and transition offense. So it's great for us when we rebound the ball. I think really rebounding the ball is the biggest key for us to be successful this year. And our defense, obviously.
This will be the last one from Scott.
Justin, have you played with someone like Coleman that just seems to get his hands on the ball as often as he does defensively?
I would say Coleman is a different player from what I had last year, like at the 5 position. Like Coleman is like beyond, like, I don't even know how to explain it. He's so smart. Like he knows to scout like the back of his hand. Like he be in practice. He just know everything. But last year, I had a person that just blocked shots. But this year it's a person that's like way above like my level of smartness, I would say. Because he's like a really smart guy. Love him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm a bad guy. I don't understand the fascination for it. I do have. You wouldn't understand it because nobody cares. Okay. You know, Lauren, I've had another dude had a few body marks with this, and it's integrating him back in, and you know, it was an opportunity to, you know, kind of get his feet wet, get the rust off and the jitters, and yet I thought he did some really good things, and you know, he was tired. You know, his conditioning. There's nothing like playing with adrenaline and kind of getting the wind knocked out of you almost with fatigue. But all in all, he was very solid.
Yeah, and Hawkins had 5 steals He had 5 steals against Michigan.
Yeah.
We were commenting.
Here's his numbers the last 2 games: 33 points, 19 rebounds, 8 assists, 11 steals.
It's pretty good.
There's probably some blocks in there too.
That's pretty good numbers. And again, he had a really tough night shooting it. I mean, Coleman's been one of the top 3-point shooters in the league, and Still popcorn?
Save it for the cheesecake.
No, we're not dessert.
I have so much respect for Steve and that basketball team and his program, and I like to think that we're a lot alike, and it always makes you feel a little bit uneasy when you play his teams because everything's just so darn hard. And I am sitting here looking at the stat line, and we scored 86 points. We're leading the, I think, Big Ten play in free throw shooting, and we don't shoot it any good. And then we're 6 of 27 from three. And I felt great at half, other than my bonehead timeout call at the end, about the shots we were getting. And we just didn't make any. And it's a 10, 12-point game. And I thought we were great on the glass early. And then you know that it's a Big Ten game. They're going to make a run, and they did. And I thought we really, really turned it up. Energy-wise, defensively, I thought that we got out in transition, which is something that obviously Terrence is going to continue to add to us. But and then I thought Quincy hit a big three in the corner out of a timeout, and then Justin Harmon was just sensational today. He's a downhill driver, and he's shooting the three at a really high clip. But a lot of respect for them, and Cliff had a big game, but we were trying to make it very, very hard on Mag, Simpson, and Hyatt, and not let those guys get going. Coleman, another 5 steals. He's I think 11 steals in the last 2 games. He had a tough night shooting it for a guy who's one of the top guys in the league in shooting it, but he's playing sensational. And all in all, you don't get many 20-point wins in this league, and we escaped tonight with a really solid performance.
Brad, what has it been like from the last emotional standpoint? I know there were a couple of times when you could just see even on the players' faces, just the emotions over the with the energy from the crowd. You normally have that, but even more today. What's it been like over the past 48 hours here?
I think this team's really connected, as I've said 100 times. I think they're very level emotionally. I think that there's, they saw a teammate be able to come back, and there's always joy in that. But this team is done an incredible job of staying in the moment of what's truly important. And it's not it hasn't been the outside noises and the other people. And it's what makes this team really, really special is their ability to focus on truly the next game and winning basketball games.
You mentioned answering their run there in the second half, and I think he called a timeout when they went on that 11-1 run. What changed after that timeout and down the stretch?
The lineup. We made some pretty big substitutions, but I think it's. I challenged the guys in that huddle. That we had a really old group out there when we went back to it. I mean, we were all, old. I mean, for lack of a better term, old men. And okay, they made a run, and now it's time to respond. And we answered that bell, and that's that's a nice response to see. And we've got to avoid those. But I give the fans when we got going in a little bit in transition, but our guys responded with some toughness and a little more energy.
Brad, how do you think Terrence handled everything physically, emotionally that went into today?
We were very tired early. I think he's I've said it, until you get adrenaline in you as an athlete, you can't describe how much that's going to take out of you. And conditioning. I mean, he can run all the wind sprints he wants and all the treadmills and all the pool work and all of that. And there's nothing like the adrenaline of competition and a game. I thought he was fine. I think he got off to a great start because he could go pass it. It wasn't, he made a couple really nice passes and got teammates involved. And that's, a really unselfish play or two in there. But he was very solid. And again, he's had just a couple of days of practice and yesterday was really the first hard day. So, integrated him in a nice way. And I thought he was pretty solid.
I mean, just the way that Quincy and Justin and really Marcus too have found their roles as quickly as they have, like what's allowed them to kind of seamlessly come in here and play at the level they're playing at?
If I had the true answer, I could write the book. And I think we've got a lot of guys around them that have helped them. Coleman's helped them. Luke Goody's helped them. I don't want to give it all to them. There's an acceptance of those guys that's had to happen. And, we run a lot of action to Marcus, Ty, all those guys have accepted those guys and their, and what they're doing and what they can bring to us. And that's pretty special. And it takes, pretty strong human beings that they are character-wise to, okay, we're going to ask some things of you. I mean, we're asking a lot of those guys. And Quincy, another double-double. I challenge him every day to get 15 rebounds and be an elite defender. And he does everything we ask. All three of those guys do. And so, it's total acceptance, total buy-in, both feet in, not playing for any other reason other than to help the University of Illinois basketball be as successful as it can be. And along the way, they're a blast to coach.
Justin mentioned that just having Terrence back, things felt whole again. I mean, did you get, any sense from the team that things were different because they maybe had everybody again?
We don't have Amani. I think there's value in him saying that. I think that it's, we played 6 games. I was really excited about how our guys played when we didn't have him because there was a tremendous connectivity. Yet we were really starting to find our groove, early and before that. And so I think it's the integration process is got to be, a little bit patient with, but I agree. I think there's no doubt it's back to who we were, so to speak.
Brett, following up on that, obviously you guys are playing well without him, but adding a player of his caliber to what you were doing, what does that do for the rest of the team?
Yeah, they've got so much confidence in what he does. And Terrence provides easy opportunities. We don't run a lot to him. We just don't. And we haven't, and we didn't. And so he finds stuff that is You got 6'6", 225 pounds with a full head of steam coming at you, and what do you get to the line tonight 10 times? Those things are just organic, and so there's a sense of that. We weren't getting those, and that's not a knock on anybody else. We just got it different ways, and and then I think on the defensive side, obviously he's an elite defender, and if I would say there's an area he struggled in today, it was probably that side as much as anything.
Brad, Justin's been in double figures 5 of the last 7. What's different about him? And I know with other transfers like Felice coming in, Granderson coming in, it took some time for those guys to really get comfortable and play up to their potential. Is there something you saw with those other guys that maybe is the same for him in terms of playing up to that?
I've been really hard on Justin. He'll tell you that. He's my dude though. So he's the guy that I have, challenged. I put more on a 6th man type responsibility than maybe any other position, maybe more than most coaches do, because I want productivity. I want that guy to be a stud. I want that guy to be a bad mother. And he wasn't that consistently early, but so, I mean, he and I have had a lot of talks, and, just being able to be consistent and bring it every day. Andres Felice was spectacular at it. And now we're starting to see that. And it's not his points. It's that helps. And he's capable of doing that, but it's what he does on the other side. And he uplifts us. And so, he's just comfortable. He's just finding his niche. He's getting comfortable. It takes 10, 12 games, and here we go.
Coach, what's it say about the potential of a team where you can win by a pretty significant margin without knocking down a high level or a high percentage of threes?
Well, we had 17 assists. I think that anybody who's a fan of basketball has to enjoy our ball movement. I do. I thought we passed it a little too much sometimes tonight, made the extra pass, but we're sharing the basketball. We've got different guys out there who can shoot it, different guys out there who can drive it. And, not every night. It's the one thing we can't control, Doug, is whether that thing goes in. What we can control is if we go get a second shot and another opportunity. And, Luke's going to have nights he's going to make 5 or 6. Justin's going to have nights he's going to make some. We've seen Quincy and Coleman have them. So, it's, you pair that with booty ball and forcing double teams, and, they doubled us all night, and that's great. We're really content with that. So, I like this team, their unselfishness, and then their ability to make plays.
Brett, Coleman's ability to swat at a ball, like maybe doesn't always get the steal, but it looks disruptive. Some of that's probably innate, and I would guess some study. Like, how have you seen that part of his defensive game evolve?
Well, I haven't coached him 1 second in that, so it's a pretty innate ability to do that. But he's got exceptionally quick hands, and he's unique. There's a few players in the country that have that just ability to get their hands on a ball, and then he usually comes up with it. And that's even, a lot of people knock a ball and it goes away. The ball gets come to him. But he's got a great knack for it, and he's got great timing and anticipation. But that's a unique gift that, honest to goodness, we try to dig and do some things, but I can take zero credit for his ability to come up with loose balls like that. Thank you. See you in Chicago.